With Manchester United having a relatively close victory against Norwich City, took it to extra time. Big boys had to come and play to save the game. It is time to see what Manchester United can bring to the Manchester United versus Brighton game. It's coming soon. Big game, must win. Let's see what my match review is going to be. Let's do it. What's up everybody, it's Aidan Sports Show and welcome back to another video. This is going to be a Manchester United match preview, match prediction. I will go through the starting 11 that I believe is going to start for Manchester United. I'm going to give my match score prediction at the end of the video, and I'm also going to discuss the importance of this game and how last game affects this game. So before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel. Turn notifications on. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this game, and let me know what your score prediction is. Very intriguing. I'd love to know what your guys' score predictions are. It would mean the world to me if you could leave a comment down below. Also, thank you guys very much for all the support, especially on the Manchester United videos as well. Yeah, look, it's an interesting ride. At Manchester, everything's a little bit interesting, isn't it? So without further ado, let's get into the video. Manchester United versus Brighton. A game that we all understand that we need to win, but it's going to be a little bit harder to understand if Manchester United can actually pull this win off. Now, Brighton have versed Arsenal last time in their last game, and they beat them with a 90th minute goal. Now, we are not Arsenal. I think we're a much bigger threat attacking wise and defensively than Arsenal at the moment. So Brighton are going to have to work very hard for this win if they are going to try and get anywhere this season. So Manchester United have a big test ahead of them as well. Brighton's no easy feat. We've seen that Norwich City took us to the limit, but we've rested a lot of our guys for the most part, and let's see what we can get out of this game, man. So I think we're going to have to play all of the big boys here, all the starters. They were rested for a reason. Now, unfortunately, they didn't get as much rest as they probably would have liked, but they still got enough rest to say they should be fresh, except for one, and I'll get to that later. But in the meantime, let's get into the Manchester United starting 11 that I think will be playing this game. Goalkeeper, David De Gea. I don't think there's anybody that can say David De Gea is not starting this game. Romero had a fairly decent goal scored against him as well, and a lot of people are blaming him for the goal, being a fault for the goal. He didn't get his angles right, whatever the case may be. It looks like David De Gea is safe and sound in this game at least, and it's going to be interesting to see what people think if he has another good game. And people have their agendas, man. David De Gea might not be the world's best goalkeeper anymore, but I think he's definitely still good enough quality to be a Manchester United goalkeeper. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to wait and see until the transfer window what happens with David De Gea. Right back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. This guy didn't actually have a chance to play against Norwich City. He was rested, didn't even come off the bench. No, he wasn't even in the bench. So he's had a full week now, basically, to rest up, to get healthy, to get fit, and to go full steam ahead. And I think he's going to steamroll Brighton as well. The one thing that Arsenal that didn't have, that we do have, we have a very good fullbacks. We have very good fullbacks defensively. It's going to be a lot tougher for Brighton to score. I hope I don't just eat my words here, but I'm expecting us to keep a clean sheet. I feel like Wan-Bissaka is going to have a very strong impact on our defense. And at the end of the day, that's exactly what we need. We need strong defensive presence. We need Manchester United to be at their best today. And Wan-Bissaka makes us at our best. Gives us a hell of an option offensively as well. Arguably better than Dalot at the moment. It's offensively as well. Big topic of discussion there, but we'll leave that for another time. Centre backs. Victor Lindelof was again rested against Norwich City. Eric Bailly had a start. A lot of people saying Eric Bailly built his way into that game, gave a positive out on himself. And at the end of the day, I can agree with Eric Bailly easing his way into the game, but I don't think he was as good as people say that he was, and therefore there's a big chance that Eric Bailly won't play this game and Victor Lindelof will. I thought Victor Lindelof was spectacular in his last game, and that's why I feel he doesn't deserve to be dropped in the Premier League, and he won't, in my opinion, be dropped in the Premier League. Fair enough for Eric Bailly. People love Eric Bailly, man. People think that Eric Bailly still has a future at Manchester United, and to an extent I can agree with that. But also, Eric Bailly well and truly should get a rest as well. Like, the guy, if he plays consistently, you know how his injury record is. Maybe that's me just overthinking things again, I don't know. But Victor Lindelof should definitely be starting. Another centre-back, the guy that doesn't take a break. He doesn't take a break, man. Harry Maguire. We don't have a left-sided centre-back, and I feel like Manchester United need to solely focus on getting a left-sided centre-back at the transfer window. It might not be an absolute must, but Harry Maguire has played basically all season without much rest at all, if any. So it is impossible to say that Harry Maguire doesn't deserve a rest. He probably needs a rest. He probably wants a rest. He wasn't fit coming into the season, and what makes you think he's going to be fit now? I think maybe the opposition has kind of helped him. He had a spectacular game against Norwich City, scored a winning goal. I'm pretty sure his confidence is at an all-time high. I feel like we're definitely going to have to take the chance and play him again, as much as I think it's not the greatest idea. End all be all, he should be there, and he's arguably our best centre-back at the moment. So play our best players. I think that's the end of the day. Left back, I've gone with Luke Shaw again. Another player that didn't get a rest last week. He never stopped running, man. He was extremely fit that game. People say that he's overweight. People say that he can't cross. He did, but not only did he prove that he's not overweight, and he's one of the most fittest players on the team. Guy didn't stop running for 90 minutes, man. The full 90, he didn't stop running. But also, you have to consider a lot of those crosses that Luke Shaw took in the end was never actually caught by the strikers. Even if there were good crosses, some of them weren't, and I'll agree with a lot of people. Some of the crosses were not good enough for the strikers to get onto, but some of them were. And Luke Shaw, we all know, is not that big of an offensive threat. I can agree with that. But at the end, neither is Wan-Bissaka, and no one gets on his back. The thing is, both of them need to improve offensively, and they both have improved offensively. And they're only going to get better with years gone by, man. Give Luke Shaw a fair chance to prove you guys wrong. Give him a few years. Give him another year. Give him 2 years. Let him work on his attacking game just as much as his defensive game. And I honestly think we're going to have some of the best fullbacks in the Premier League. My opinion, take that with what you will. If you disagree, let me know. I'd love to know what you guys think about Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka for that matter. Going into the midfield. Now, the formation that I think we're going to be playing here is, of course, a 4-3-3. Based on the last game, based on the game before that, I feel like this is an essential part of Manchester United's philosophy now, playing the 4-3-3. And, of course, this man must start. Nemanja Matich was one of the better players against Norwich when he came on. Was definitely one of the better players against Sheffield United, and he just gives Pogba and Bruno and whoever plays the likes to just go full steam ahead and focus on attacking only. Matich has everything on lock. Great passing from the back as well. I feel like he's been in sensational form, and therefore he doesn't deserve to get dropped, man. If he gets dropped, it'll be a shame. I understand dropping him for the FA Cup. Man needs his rest. Man's not as young as the rest of them, but he's still good enough to be playing in every Premier League game, and he should play in every Premier League game. Next up, I think this is fairly simple as well. Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba also got a rest, but when he came on against Norwich, man, things clicked into gear once again. Pogba and Bruno seem to have that connection with the rest of the team that makes them extremely dangerous. And even though we didn't score until the 118th minute, even though it wasn't even our strikers, even though it was pretty much a poor goal to concede for on Norwich's part, it's still a goal, and they still played very well. And they put Norwich on the back front, and they had to defend with their life as soon as Pogba came on. And I loved it. And as much as the game was boring, as soon as Pogba came on, things got really interesting again. And he should play. He should definitely play. But one person that has been questioned a lot about his fitness is probably going to play today, and that's why I'm going to pick him once again. Bruno Fernandez. I think it's best to say Bruno Fernandez didn't have his greatest game last game. I would be crucified if I said Bruno Fernandez had a good game. It just wasn't a good game on his part. Again, lots of trying, lot of effort. He sprinted back so many times. He's a bundle of effort. But last game was not his greatest game, and he probably, at least when I was watching with a few friends, and they said that he needed a break. He looked tired. He shouldn't have played, etc. Whatever you guys think, I don't think Ollie's going to give him a break, to be honest, because he still needs to adapt to an England side, to an England level of play. He still needs to develop into Manchester United. He still needs to develop with our new teammates, both on the bench and on and off the bench, starters and first teamers. Anybody you could think of, Bruno Fernandez still needs to have a level of understanding of them and passing to them. And that's why I feel like next season he's going to get a lot better than what we see this season. And I think he's going to start again. I think he's going to start for the rest of the season, pretty much. I think there's 7-8 games to go. I think he's going to start all of them, including the FA Cup tie. It's interesting, and maybe he shouldn't. Maybe people will think it's okay. Give him a break, man. He deserves a break. Whatever you guys think, I think personally he should get a break, but not now. In the FA Cup maybe, but not now. It's too important. We need our best players playing. Going into the wingers, obviously right wing has to be Mason Greenwood. The guy looks lethal. The guy genuinely looks like a different player since the lockdown period first started till now. Completely different player. He's bulked up a little bit. The man looks confident. He looks ready to go. He's shooting left, right, and center. Eventually, he's going to hit one on target, man. He's too good not to. And I feel like he's definitely going to have an impact today. The one thing I can say about Mason Greenwood is that he definitely needs to get a little bit more involved in the game. And I feel like that's the fault of playing him right wing and not up front. I feel like up front he is more involved, but unfortunately that spot is reserved. So the right wing, we've had to put a striker out to the right wing, and he's doing his best out there, and he's doing well enough to start. But unfortunately, he at that fault, he's not in the game as much. I don't know why that is, but maybe it's his own doing. Maybe it's just trying to adapt to a position that he didn't really play in the reserves. But I feel like he played everywhere in the reserves, to be honest. So maybe, I'm not sure, maybe that's just his game. He needs to work on it. Left wing, Marcus Rashford. A guy that's not been in form, a guy that's been out of shape, a guy that's been questioned for his performances, missed 2 open sitters against Sheffield, wasn't all that fantastic against Norwich when he came on. But a guy that is just, again, like Mason Greenwood, lethal. He is lethal. Absolutely lethal. He is devastating sometimes. The pace alone makes Marcus Rashford one of the biggest threats in the game. But the guy can finish a ball. The guy can make a killer pass. And the guy can shoot from a long way away and get it on target. Marcus Rashford is a threat. And you could tell, honestly, and I 100% believe this, a 50% Marcus Rashford is better than anyone else you could put on the wing, especially on the left wing. And at the moment, he looks about 70%, maybe even less than that. But you just got to give him the time, man. Give him time. If he scores, everyone's going to praise Marcus Rashford, saying he's world class. We just need to give him that time and give him that ability, give him the chances to go and prove that he is world class. And that's just the way it is, man. I'm sure Marcus Rashford is not bothered with the chances that he's missed, because he's focused, eyes on to the next game. And that game he's not going to miss. That's the way that I see it. Hopefully Marcus Rashford will see it like that too. Hopefully all of our players see it like that. Don't worry about the misses in the past. Don't worry about the performances in the past, because at the moment, we need to go all guns blazing, full forward, straight to Brighton. And we have to have our best performances, our best focus on them. And obviously up front, I'm picking Anthony Martial, hat-trick hero against Sheffield United. Played all right against Norwich. I mean, he could have got a goal against Norwich. His touch let him down. But I think he's the far and away the best striker that we have. And Igalo scored, but again, we need someone that's also in the play, and Igalo wasn't against Norwich, and I think Martial's a lot better at that. Maybe it was just one game. Martial seemed a lot more in the play with his hat-trick. Also, Sheffield didn't make it hard for him, to be honest. I feel like all the goals were relatively good goals, easy goals, but so at the end of the day, that's the team that I'm going for. What do I think the score is going to be? Against Brighton, it's difficult to say, because Brighton are very tight at the back. They're probably going to park the bus, and they're going to have to make us make the plays. And sometimes it's very tough to do. But if we could break down Sheffield United and score 3 goals, I'm going to say Manchester United are going to win this game 2-0. That's what I believe. They can score. They've shown that they can score 2 goals against Arsenal, but I feel like we're a lot more tight at the back than Arsenal are. We by far have a better midfield. I think all around we are a better team than Arsenal, so I can't compare it to them. I compare it to us. We're good defensively, bar some mistakes, of course. So I believe that Manchester United are going to win this game 2-0. And we've moved forward into, hopefully, Leicester dropping points, maybe Chelsea drop points. Either way, we need a positive outcome, and I hope to God Leicester drop points. I'm not bothered about Chelsea, to be honest. I feel like Chelsea, either they're going to reach third or they're going to stay fourth. I think Chelsea are definitely going to make that top four. But I'm worried about Leicester. I'm focused on Leicester because I don't think Leicester are anywhere near the team that they were post the break. And they need to get to that level, and it might just be too late for them, man. They might not have the squad depth to actually get to the top four, and I feel like they're gonna be the ones that fall out. Chelsea might fall out. They have Liverpool still, I believe, and they have Wolves, but they've beaten Wolves comfortably before. I don't see why they can't do it again. And Liverpool, of course, it's Liverpool. We don't know which Liverpool are going to turn up. They've obviously won the league. They could go play the youth for the next 5 games. Who cares for them, to be honest? Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel. Turn notifications on. Share the video. Share the playlist. Let me know in the comments your score predictions. Let me know in the comments why would you go for a certain team. I want you to name your team. Let me know why you picked this team. If you disagree with anybody, please let me know. I feel like it's the exact same team as Sheffield that needs to get into this game, and I feel like we need to have the exact same performance. Otherwise, things will get very, very difficult for Manchester United, especially when a team is going to park the bus like I believe Brighton will. Have a wonderful and safe day. Take care and peace.